I'm John Dougan, State Archivist for the state of Missouri here in Secretary of State Denny Hoskins' office. We're here today with an unboxing video of something we got in the mail today that we think is really interesting, and we hope that you enjoy it. So what we have here today is what we refer to as the Burton Coffin letter from 1862 and its accompanying map. We discovered this actually on the internet. I think it was first pointed out to us on Facebook, as odd as that may be. And we did a little research on it and discovered that it's really a hidden gem for Jefferson City history. It has some state government connections to it as well. So we're excited to see it in person. I would also like to thank the folks that helped us acquire this, particularly the Sons of Union Veterans Lily Camp here in Jefferson City, and a number of other patrons who helped, benefactors who helped support our acquisition of this as well, because it was really a group effort to get this and add it to the archives collection. So let's start by opening these little perforations on the back. There we go. I think there's probably two things going on here. The letter may actually be in this envelope and the map may be in between here somewhere. So, oh, I think that's just the invoice maybe. So, and let's see what's behind. Piece of paper number one, nothing. Cardboard, cardboard, and lots of painter's tape. Okay, so here in the world of archives, we sometimes say that tape is evil, and most of the time we don't encourage people to use tape, but in this case, hopefully it's keeping the document securely housed for shipping. And there it is, in polyester sleeves. So we have, looks like the three items separately. So we have the envelope, and in the envelope you can even see they used custom stationery for the 5th Ohio Battery. So the letter is coming from Anthony Burton, and it's going to his friend who was living in Cincinnati at the time. They grew up just across the river in Kentucky, but to his childhood friend Henry B. Coffin. But he's writing it on custom stationery for the 5th Ohio Battery, and it's a light artillery unit. You can see the caisson and the cannon and the horses, and men riding some of the horses that are drawing the cannon on the stationery here. So it's our understanding too that this probably came from someone who was a letter and stamp collector. So initially, the person who collected this collected it because of the envelope, and not actually because of the letter and the map that were inside. So I'm just going to lay that aside for now. And here's the letter. The map actually is what was really interesting to me, but I printed off the map and the letter and shared it with the reference staff, and they were like, "John, did you read the letter? The letter is awesome." And it really is interesting because it's really a chatty letter about all the eligible women in Jefferson City and what he thought or didn't think of them. And so in the future, we'll share the details of the letter, but it's just a great letter. Staff have done a tremendous amount of research on all the women and other people that are mentioned in the letter. And so there's some really great stories to tell from the letter itself as well. What caught my attention, though, really was the map. And it's just a little sketch, actually smaller than I thought it would be. There's going to be a little bit of static here because it's in, we normally use L sleeves that are open on two sides, but this is in a 3-sided envelope. So just take a little bit of that static to loosen up, but we're going to unfold it. So, and it looks like he took a couple of pieces of paper and taped them together, or actually glued them together rather. And this is his sketch of the city of Jefferson. So I am actually going to take this taped paper and move it out of my way because I don't want to get the document stuck to it. All right, so now that we've gotten everything out of the way, we're looking at the map. It's a pencil sketch, tiny handwriting here. The fact that he was able to do this with a pencil is pretty amazing. It has all kinds of details. The thing in particular on this map that's government related is the state capitol here, and C, which is labeled unfinished governor's residence, which would be Claiborne, Fox, Jackson didn't get to live in. We've done a lot of research on that. Thank you to the staff for doing that. And we've come to the conclusion that, or I agree with the conclusion that that's probably the state armory that had been built and not his residence. At the time this was discovered, it was thought that maybe there was a building we were not aware of, but that's not the case. On each end of the city are fortifications that the 5th Ohio was involved in constructing. There's a fort that's up. People that know Jefferson City, where some of the city water infrastructure is today. I think it was called College Hill at the time. So it was here. The State Archives is actually right about here, I think. So today, it has the railroad, it has the river, it has the railroad sidings that we have not seen on any other maps. It's got all the churches, many of the fine homes in town identified, military installations, the penitentiary. So a lot of different features of the city. I know from the letter too, it says for every square of the city, there's at least one hill, and anybody in Jefferson City knows Jefferson City, that it's just like a hilly city. He thought it was a hilly city even then, so as well. So anyway, just a great historical item for us to add to our collection. Again, thank you to everyone that helped us acquire this. Its next stop is to be accessioned, and then it'll go to the conservation lab to look and see if there's any more of the stains from the glue that can be removed without damaging the writing on it, and to make sure it's stabilized. They'll probably take these folds out a little bit through humidification and flattening, so that we can have it better encapsulated, get a better scan when we scan it, and put it on the website for folks to be able to use to facilitate their research.